So, you want to draw manga and anime characters, but you don't know where to start? Let me show you the most important things you need to know. When drawing bodies, it can be quite tricky to get the proportions right. The easiest way to practice this is to imagine fitting the body into 8 circles that are about the same size. The head should fit into the first circle. Then continue with drawing the upper body. Try to fit everything into the next 3 circles. You can also draw smaller circles for shoulders, elbows, and knees. It's like with those little dolls, that help you draw poses. These circles help you draw dynamic poses later on. So it's good if you can memorize drawing them every time. Then continue with drawing the lower body. Oh, and another important tip. Always pay attention to the proportions and the size of body parts. For example, the arms should end approximately at the middle of the thighs. Also, make sure that the head isn't too big compared to the rest of the body. And I say this because I see it a lot when people try to draw anime characters. It's like we focus so much on the face, the hair, and so on, so that we draw the head sometimes way too big compared to the body. So pay attention to that. If the rough sketch is done, draw a complete outline. Okay, done. Now let's draw another body. If this body is supposed to be smaller than the first one, you can measure it by reducing the number of circles that they fit into. For example, this person is 1 circle smaller than the other one. Then you can draw similar proportions like before. You divide it again into 2 parts, the upper and the lower body. For this one, I drew a little bit smaller shoulders and waist, so that it resembles a stereotypical female body. Alright, now let's draw an even smaller body. This one could be a kid or a small person in general. Now repeat the same steps, but with even less circles. Now, last but not least, I'm going to show you how to use these bases for drawing characters. In my case, I don't use those circles anymore for help, but feel free to use guidelines whenever you want. I always use geometric shapes for drawing bodies, because it makes it a lot easier and it's a dependable technique, honestly. And when my base is done, I just erase the guidelines and only keep the outline. And I also want to encourage you to draw dynamic sketches. I often see people focusing so much on details that their drawing becomes rigid. And this makes drawing dynamic poses quite difficult later on. Whereas if you go with the flow and you draw with momentum and you're not afraid of making mistakes, then your drawing and your sketch becomes already dynamic. So just let go and enjoy the process. And don't be afraid. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And if you have any more topic suggestions for my next video, also let me know in the comments down below. Have fun and see you soon.